Yeah, what do you let influence you? Because we don't let everything influence us. But most of us go along with the crowd. Whatever influenced the majority, if you put yourself in the majority, then you know you're gonna be influenced by whatever they're influenced by. There's always an exception to the rule. Some people put themselves in that class of people, or that frame of mind of I'm different. I think different and act different. I got a different way of looking at things. Some people do that, but they don't want people to know that they think different. So they just go along with the crowd because they don't want to be lonely. They want to be well liked. And some people don't care. They have a mind and will of their own, and they don't care who like it. Because you know why? They like themselves. They love themselves. Most people, a lot of people, are not happy with themselves because of something in their childhood, or they just got the wrong impression of who they are. Because they compare, in other words, they set a standard of what is beauty. Then they compare themselves with what they think beauty is. But beauty is in the eye of the beholder. That's very true. And some people don't think like that, see. So the black man has been made to look down upon himself, and he put the Caucasian as a standard of beauty. And he put his color black, you don't want to be colored black because the connotation of black means negativity and bad. So the black man, you know, don't like his hair. I'm talking about the woman too. Don't like the way he looked because the black woman, when she looks at a man, she want him to look like the white man because that's the standard of being handsome or whatever for the black woman. She wants some man to act similar to the Caucasian. But this idea came from, when I'm talking about idea, I'm talking about this system, this Caucasian system called America, came from the idea or the thoughts or the mind of a Caucasian. And they kept it going through the generations. And their agenda is to dominate the whole world, have the whole world acting and talking, and walking, and being like them. You see. And it's beginning to work. So when the Nation of Islam said you gods, well, Jesus said it first. That didn't come from the Nation of Islam. That came from Jesus. And Moses and the rest of them said it, just in different ways. You see? So when they say ye are gods, and when the time they said it, they were in the same position that the black man is in right here. His land, their land was being occupied by the Romans, and the Romans was ruling the planet, dominating the planet. And the Pharisees, which are the ministers and the preacher, were preaching the doctrine of the Romans, going along with the Romans, because they were making money off the people, and they used the people to build the Roman Empire up with. Same thing now. So Jesus was saying, be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. Well, we know his name wasn't really Jesus. They didn't have J's back in those days. But, you know, we're not talking about his name. We're talking about some wisdom here. What he was speaking. He was saying that when you see me, you see the Father. I and the Father are one. So when you see God, when you see Jesus, you see God, the Father. They looked alike. But what color was Jesus? We finally are beginning to come around to know that Jesus was a man of hue. He had hue to his, melanin to his person. So he was saying he was black. But the guy that was ruling, dominating things at that time was a Caucasian. Similar to what's happening now. He was giving motivation to the people, trying to raise the people up from a mental death into a higher knowledge and a higher wisdom. And they didn't like it. They resented it. So they tried to crucify him. When somebody go to raise y'all up to a higher level of thinking, y'all want to crucify him. You got to be dead a couple of 100 years before y'all catch on. So, oh yeah, damn, he was right. And then after y'all catch on, y'all go back to sleep again. Just like you're doing now. And you're going back to sleep. Once the leader go, or once the teacher off the scene, y'all go back to sleep. Black light.